Amen. 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 Let me hear you now. Amen. 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 God is love. Amen. So love and grow. Amen. 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 Even though our hearts break so. Amen. 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 I got chills though. Amen. 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 As I try to sing this song, as I'm walking, my steps are heavy. You hear the floor creaking. My steps are heavy because my heart is so heavy and burdened with evil and hate of the world. I am burdened down. I am so burdened that I feel like I'm carrying such a heavy load. And even sometimes as I'm walking, I find myself stooped over because I feel like I carry the weight of the world. But lo and behold, there go God. So I grow. That means God is the rod and the staff. So I got to wrap myself up just like you wrap a plant up that's trying to grow. You're going to wrap something around it, some kind of string. You're going to wrap some kind of comforter there to wrap it up and make it stand up straight there. Uh-oh, there I go. There I grow. There I grow. I'm standing up straight. Even though legends fall all around me, because I'm going to tell you something. Those who have perished down in Texas in this mass shooting, those are legends because the world, the nation, the world, as our hearts are heavy, we look to them. Man, woman, boy, girl, who we have lost. Trying to grow in the sanctuary of a school. You mean to tell me the babies can't go to school? It done got to the point the children can't go to school. After Corona, 2 years I homeschooled my grandson. I was beginning to grow. 2 years. My daughter graduated homeschool. She never went back. She just stayed home and did homeschool. I homeschooled because I ain't had no choice then. They couldn't go to school. They shut school down for a year. So then I kept him on another year. And when I put him back in, I sent him in with God. I'm telling you. I sent him this story here. To God be the glory. You just ain't going to believe when you really find out. Just wait till you really find out what's going on. See, because I can't, I'm everything gonna fall into place in God's time, honey, as we grow. It's just so much revelation and confirmation, even down to the school, even down to everything. And now, kings and queens, our eyes look to these little legends who lost their lives so that we can turn and look and see the evil and hate that done penetrated all the way down to the school. You mean to tell me they can't even go to school? They can't sit there. Because I remember time when I went to school, I thought the teachers lived there. I did. I thought the teachers lived in the school. They was always there. So, that's a child's way of thinking, innocent way of thinking, So I thought that was her house. And I was just going there and she was going to teach me some things. So, find out, some different things later on. But look, an innocence of a child. To be able to sit there and learn. Now, these babies all on edge. I'm going to tell you something. I sent my grandbaby to school this morning. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I went ahead. I sent my baby to school this morning. But I I couldn't bring myself to tell him this. I don't know how the school is going to handle it, but I couldn't bring myself to tell him. I just couldn't do it. I thought about it, and we went with the flow of God, and I didn't. We got home yesterday. We walked down to the local pizza parlor. We got a pizza because he been having great days. He just been in there getting points and sowing love and picking up trash and being a leader, showing the kids how to be peacemakers. I mean, I sent him to school with God. God is love. They say they took God out of school, honey. What it is religion. Different doctrinations. That's what you need to get rid of. Get rid of religion, because religion is all about money and control. You got a pastor here who stood before his whole congregation and professed he committed adultery. No, that ain't what you did. See, the young lady stood up after you got done talking, said your say. See, it's two sides to every story. So she stood up and said, wait a minute, I was 16 years old, started it off like that. So it wasn't adultery. It wasn't two consenting adults. You used your position of authority as a pastor to prey on this young lady. And you took her innocence. See, this is what religion has came down to be, about money and control. We are spiritual beings. This is spirituality. You don't need nobody over you, running you, telling you nothing. It's you and God. Just grow with God. I'm just a beacon of light to show you the way God is within you. And I'm growing each and every day. I'm growing in God. And I'm telling you what I do to grow. I duck and dodge. I dodge the spiritual warfare. Dodgeball is out there. I ain't trying to get there. I ain't trying to get hit there. I ain't trying to do the slip and fall. I ain't trying to get knocked down, honey. I ain't trying to fall. I'm trying to rise. I'm trying to rise to reach my greatness in God. And so that's the plan, honey. So love, grow. Trust the process and grow. In the midst of this horrible tragedy, I just want to get on here and just say a word to you and tell you to look to God. God is love. God is within you. At some point in time, that young man knew how to love. Something changed in him. Something snapped in him. The world came at him because when we are born we are born knowing how to love. That is within us, the soul that God gives us upon breath, upon taking our first breath. When you're able to leave your host, that's your mother, then you're able to take your first breath, the soul goes in. And you know how to love. Love is the one thing that we all know how to do. So love, grow for the breakthrough. Now this right here is a call to change. It's a call to action. All hands on deck. We need to sow love, not hate, and make the world great. Our children are looking at us. Here goes something else we got to tell them. Now it go from the high school down to the elementary school. It's just evil everywhere. As much as they try to keep the schools safe, to keep the school a safe place for these children to go to. Because I know when I go to the school, honey, it's like Fort Knox getting up in there. They didn't make, and it wasn't like that when I went to school. When I went to school, anybody could walk up in there. It just, times have changed. And they just getting worse and worse. As we see this big ball of confusion that we living in, it's time for us, to take charge. It's time for us to say enough is enough. Look, you got leadership over here. This is leadership. You got leadership over here, sitting here with children, holding rifles. Is this what the world gonna come down to? So what you're saying, you want children walking around with rifles too? What kind of leadership is this? Because they can't even own a rifle, but you want to sit here and show off this kind of image. What do you think the young man gonna think? When he see that, okay, well, he gonna go get one. He gonna go get rifles and stuff, then he gonna go get on one. Because that's the leadership that you are showing. This is your House and Senate. This is your leadership. These are people who refuse to vote gun control or anything in there. They scrap and fight to get in there and lie and say they're going to do this and do that. Ain't none of them doing nothing. It's time for some love to get in there. It's time for you to get in there. You say you won't change? Well, get in there and be a part of change. You be the change. You run forward. Go run for the House, run for the Senate, and run them up out of there. Run them to the hills because they need God. They say they know God and this and that. You don't sit up there. God is not about evil and hate. God is not the author of confusion. God is the finisher of your faith. What you believe for your brother or sister, that's what's going to happen for you. And I'm here to tell you, I know about condemned souls, honey. I live in a haunted house. This house is haunted. This lighthouse is so haunted, you wouldn't stay up in here. If I tell you what's been happening up in here, you wouldn't stay up in here. But honey, I walk in through here in the night. Now I can. The cat gone up out of here. So I can walk through the night. I ain't got to worry about him trying to slip and trip me up, because that's what he was here to do. He was here to see me through to make sure I was a done deal, honey. I'm here to tell you. I got some stories you wouldn't believe about him, but I ain't going to get on him right now. I want you just sow, love, grow. Just sow, love, grow. Lift yourself up. Be encouraged. Speak over yourself. Encourage yourself. Speak over yourself. Encourage yourself in the Lord. No matter how you feel, be encouraged in your life, honey. You have life. Even though we see the evil going to and fro, we just don't know what to do. Honey, begin with you. Start to change you. Let's sow love all around you. See, because nowadays you don't know how somebody coming. They got masks on their face. Now they can hide their smile. They can hide whether they smiling or whatever. Got to put some glasses on too. You don't know where somebody coming, which way they come. See, that's how you got to come. You got to come on the defense. You got to come with love. You got to come with love. Because I'm going to tell you something. These lives, these young lives that were just lost in Texas are my inspiration to grow. Now I have them growing with me. There's beautiful spirits going back to the Lord. Beautiful spirits, even though the body goes down, they're not asleep. Their souls go on to the Lord. The souls are not resting and they are not asleep while this evil is all around us doing. People are motivated by evil. Evil spirits are motivating people to commit more evil. Good versus evil. But here come God, going to and fro, sitting high and looking low. Every tub got to sit on his own bottom. Every soul, he was willing to die for evil. He was willing to die for evil. There go a condemned soul. But for whom the bell tolls, God got another soul. Oh God, I'm here to tell you, the souls are not resting. They ain't sleep, honey. It be all kind of stuff going on up in here, but honey, it don't faze me. See, because I'm growing for God. Used to be a time I run up out of here. I'd be scared to death come up in my own house where I pay rent at. Sit in the driveway till it's time to go back to work. What kind of foolishness is that? But honey, see, now I know what I didn't know. Now I know. Grow. Greatness reached over oppression through whip. See, this evil and hate, all these spirits, different things that's been following me all my life, that's what it is. Different spirits, different houses. Here go another 100-year-old house. My daughter said next time we move, she picking a house. She don't want to move in no more old houses. So I don't blame her. She gonna pick her something brand new. But see, spirits are everywhere. They all around us. See, you can allow a spirit to move through you. They move through energy. Energy. They're spirits. That's that energy. It's got to go. When the body goes down, the soul got to go. There's that energy. I seen it for myself with my own eyes. I saw the phenomenon that happens. The energy, after a person dies, that energy. Saw it twice in my life. So glory be to God for the whole growth story. Honey, I'm here to tell you it's a story. It's a testimony. We done went through the test. We done walked through. We trusted in God. Trust the process. Don't regress. Don't take a step back. Take 2 steps forward. Stand up straight. Come on, soldier. You in the army, but the battle is the Lord's. You down here in the army, honey. You see the opposition. You see the evil and hate. You see them running through with the Confederate flags. And what that mean, it don't mean nothing. Just mean they're ignorant. They don't know no better. See, what they don't know is what they will know, and that's grow. Because that means that you are an enemy of the United States. United States gonna start watching you. See, you an enemy. You treason. Because the United States don't believe that now. They don't think that way. So when they see somebody rise up against them, here go a potential terrorist over here. Watch out for this one. Put them on your list. See, you stupid. You're so smart, you're stupid. I used to tell Brian that. You're so smart, you're stupid. I'm telling you, he's stuck, honey. He truly stuck. He gonna be paying that car payment for the next 7 years. Gonna go file bankruptcy. Then go get a brand new car. Go get a brand new car. Then go file just after you file bankruptcy. So you stuck. You stuck on stupid. The truck was supposed to be for me, but he snuck it away. Now you got to pay for it. He's struggling, honey. He's struggling with them payments. I check up on him. He's struggling with them payments. That's what I'm telling you, honey. People allow evil to use them and don't even realize you being a tool for evil. And at the same time, you slicing off your nose to spite your face. However way the phrase go, honey, you messing up. You about to fall for the slip and fall. See, you running around that Confederate flag. United States don't believe that no more. You one of the Proud Boys. You a KKK. You one of them. Okay, put him on the list. We watching him. Matter of fact, he must be part of this conspiracy. Let's swoop him up with the rest of them. Conspiracy. I was in there. I seen it for myself. Conspiracy. You just part of it. That's all. You in it. You in it. You in the conspiracy. See, they got a whole conspiracy. A conspiracy where we believe this big conspiracy about them because, see, they showing this and that. So put them down. They in the conspiracy. Honey, I'm telling you something. You need to get past that evil and hate, honey. You need to get past it because them times is over with. GROW. I got some new words for the KKK. It's time to grow. It's time to rise. It's time to live. It's time to touch. It's time to sow. Because if you really look at the picture, now I'm up against the wall. If you really look at the picture, the world done went on around you, and you still back here stuck on hate. Stuck on some foolishness. That's what you believe. It's time to grow. The world is growing. No matter what you believe, because it's a small group of believers that believe that. They're getting smaller and smaller. Smaller and smaller. So love, grow. It's time to rise. It's time to rise, to reach our greatness as a world. To come together, love, not hate, will make the world great. We gonna drive the hate up out of here, 'cause love, not hate, will make the world great. I think I'm a better alto singer. It sounds better to me. See, my choir teacher in high school said I was soprano, and I disagree though. So I think as I grow, I will probably just go ahead and sing alto. God bless you, though. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. I love you. Let's rise, kings and queens. Let's rise through it. In the middle of it, we're going to grow. Amen. Amen.